All right. Welcome to the Ravens Brew, where we serve up cryptic tales, dark secrets, and spine chilling mysteries. I'm your host, Summer, and that's your other host, Molly.
The
Today
better
we're
of the two.
Oh, bitch, please. Today we're diving into one of the most haunting legends of modern folklore, the Mothman.
So, the Mothman legend begins with a series of terrifying encounters in West Virginia. Most don't realize that the first encounter actually happened a few days before the famous encounter. Now, the first encounter happened November 12th in 1966 when two gravediggers in Clendon, West Virginia reported seeing a strange winged figure flying silently above them. They described it as a man with wings. The sighting was brief but unsettling and unlike any bird or creature they had ever seen. Now, most think this is the famous account, or is the first encounter. It's the most famous encounter. It was November 15th, 1966. Just 3 days later, two young couples, Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Millette, were driving near an old National Guard armory building in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. They encountered a large winged creature with glowing red eyes standing in the shadows. The figure chased their car at over 100 miles per hour, flying without flapping its wings. Although terrified, the couples reported the incident to the police, but no trace of the creature was found. Now, of course, there are subsequent sightings. These encounters triggered a wave of sightings throughout Point Pleasant. People claimed to see the Mothman lurking on rooftops, stalking roads at night, and frequently spotted near the abandoned TNT area, a former munition site. The frequency of sightings led to a rising fear that the creature was more than just an anomaly. Just a day before the couple's encounter, Newell Partridge's German Shepherd, Bandit, vanished into the woods after chasing glowing red orbs. Despite Partridge's search, Bandit was never found. This heightened locals' fears and cementing the Mothman's association with mysterious disappearances. The local newspaper, the Point Pleasant Register, ran headlines like "Couples see man-sized bird, creature, something," which captured the public's attention. Fear spread rapidly, and soon the town's residents took to the streets, armed with hunting rifles, searching for this mysterious creature.
The legend took a tragic turn on December 15th, 1967, when the Silver Bridge connecting Point Pleasant, West Virginia, to Ohio collapsed during rush hour. The disaster claimed 46 lives. Several witnesses reported seeing the Mothman on or near the bridge the days leading up to the collapse. This left many to wonder if the creature was an omen of impending doom, or somehow possibly responsible for the disaster itself. While the collapse was officially attributed to structural failure, the Mothman sightings surrounding the event deepened the town's mystery.
Summer, do you think that the Mothman was responsible for the collapse of the bridge?
I feel like that's a loaded question, and I'm going to say no.
You're going to say no?
Absolutely.
What about eating the German Shepherd?
No.
Because the way the story goes with the German Shepherd is that he saw the dog prints, right? And then they started going in a circle and no other dog prints were there. Like, it's like the dog went like this. And there was no dog. Yeah,
barking.
Like barking. Yeah.
I can
trying
see
to go
it,
after
but
something.
no.
And also, don't you think it's weird that the young couples, right? Like when they were trying to get away from this figure that they see, because like I'd be running too. I'd be like calling, you know what? They didn't hear flapping. Like
that's weird.
This thing was just soaring. So like, I mean,
So why
And
does
they
he
said
even
that,
have wings?
well, they say that he like dodged down at them and would go back up and dodge down. So it's almost like he uses it like as a kite almost. And then they also said that the Mothman, when he tried to run to then fly, like he was very clumsy. So that's why he has wings, because he flies way better than he runs. Like he's like, I don't know if it's because he's like top heavy or something, or like he's got Bambi legs,
He's
but
got big boobs. All right.
but like, yeah, so it's just a little weird and a little different than like a bird, you know?
Right. Right. Okay, so the Mothman legend didn't end with the Silver Bridge collapse, Molly. Similar sightings of a winged, red-eyed creature have been reported in connection with several other global disasters. Did you know that? Before researching this?
No, I didn't really know much about the Mothman, to be honest, at all.
Me neither. Like, I'll be honest, when like you brought up the idea of doing a research on Mothman, I was thinking of like a movie. Like, I was like, that's kind of stupid.
We had to do it because one of our listeners, one of my friends, actually responded that this is one of the episodes she wanted us to do.
Okay.
So we have to listen to our community. Like, we're
true.
out here doing
Absolutely,
episodes for you.
So, the Mothman has been in connection with several other disasters in the United States and globe-wide, whatever. First of all, up front, the Galveston hurricane. Though it predates the modern Mothman legend, survivors of the Galveston hurricane, the deadliest natural disaster in U.S. history, reported seeing a large winged creature flying in the days before the storm. The Mexico City earthquake in 1985, which I just want to stop 1 second. That is 85 years between the first Mothman sighting in 1900 and the Galveston hurricane to the Mexico City earthquake. That is 85
right, and then
years.
in between, it went 1900 to 1966. So 66 years.
There's no 1966 on my display.
Because it's the original story.
Oh, okay. Oh. All right. So from Galveston hurricane in 1900, we move on to the Mexico City earthquake in 1985. Witnesses in Mexico City saw a winged creature with glowing red eyes flying over the city shortly before a devastating earthquake. The Chernobyl disaster of 1986. Workers at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in the Ukraine reported seeing a creature similar to Mothman, referred to as the Black Bird of Chernobyl, in the days leading up to the nuclear explosion of Reactor 4. Someone didn't organize this well. In Freiburg, Germany.
Oh.
In Freiburg, Germany, miners reported seeing a large, shrieking, winged figure at the mine entrance, scaring them away just before the mine collapsed. I-35 West Bridge collapse of 2007. Several people in Minneapolis reported sightings of a Mothman-like creature before the bridge collapsed. The swine flu outbreak of La Junta, Mexico, in 2009. Residents in La Junta reported sightings of a winged figure shortly before the swine flu outbreak that devastated the area. I was in Japan at the time. Which brings me to my next one, the Fukushima disaster. I was also in Japan for Fukushima in 2011. Workers near the Fukushima nuclear plant in Japan reported seeing a dark winged figure similar to Mothman just days before the earthquake and tsunami that caused the nuclear meltdown.
Do you think that this is just a coincidence? But like in Mexico City earthquake, like the glowing red eyes, like I feel like if you were to see a Mothman and like how they describe the glowing red eyes, like you would not ever forget that. Whether you wanted to think it was like a dream or fake, like those glowing red eyes would
They're
stick
scary.
with.
They're very scary.
I mean, they would give me nightmares, like for real. Wouldn't they give you nightmares?
Oh yeah, I saw your thumbnail for this episode and I was terrified.
Yeah, it's creepy.
I feel like I'm gonna go to sleep tonight and I'm gonna dream of Mothman.
And they have like in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, they have like this like statue of him, and he's supposedly,
why
people say, because like they're like this is like their thing, like it brings tourism to them, so like they have the statue, and like once a year they have the Mothman festival, and like they have like the Mothman donut shops and like all kinds of stuff. And the figure I've read is anywhere from 7 feet tall to about 10 feet tall. If this thing is 10 foot tall, ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
Like
Ain't no
just
way.
seeing a 10 foot tall like big figure that I can't make out, done,
son, for real.
done. But before we dive into the wild theories and explanations behind this mysterious creature, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying this deep dive into the cryptic world of the Mothman. Trust me, we're not done yet. There's still much more to uncover about this eerie legend, from government cover-ups to paranormal theories that will have you questioning everything you thought you knew. Stay with us because it's about to get even stranger.
All right, so with so many strange encounters linked to the Mothman, several theories have emerged to explain what this creature could possibly be. Number one is a cryptid, right? Some believe Mothman is a cryptid, a species that hasn't been scientifically classified. Theories suggest it might be a mutated bird, like a giant owl or a bat, or even a prehistoric relic with glowing red eyes and a massive wingspan.
There ain't no way this is like a freaking owl mutated.
You don't think
an owl's like this big? How does it mutate to 7 to 10 feet tall? And a bat is like this big, okay?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
That's a lot of mutation. Like, are we in the world of Spider-Man? Like,
right, for real. Yeah, is this an alternate universe? All right, number two, supernatural being. Another theory is that the Mothman is an omen or a supernatural entity sent to warn of impending disasters, as it often appears before tragedies. Some speculate that Mothman could be an extraterrestrial visitor, while others think it might be an interdimensional being. So I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the idea of Mothman being either an extraterrestrial visitor or an interdimensional being. And the reason I like these theories is because it seems more probable. Like, I know it doesn't really like identify the origin of Mothman, you know, like you want to know where it came from, but you know, the fact that we don't see it all the time, the fact that it only happens every so once in a while, it's not with every single disaster that's ever been known to man.
But some pretty big ones.
Interdimensional being or extraterrestrial, like, it makes sense.
Could you imagine this is what all aliens look like? And they come and take over Earth? I'm dead.
Dead.
GD.
Dead. Done.
Bye. R.I.P. to Molly. Goodbye.
For real,
like,
for real.
I already have nightmares about the little green aliens. I don't need these huge things with red eyes and wings that are going to scare me to death.
That go like, what was it? How fast do they go, Molly? Like 50
like
miles
100?
an hour?
No, like 100 miles per hour.
Dang, yeah. Like, I can't even imagine being chased down by a Mothman. But it doesn't really seem like they trouble, you know, a person. They're just kind of there when some massive tragedy strikes mankind.
So do you think there's like more than one Mothman, or do you think it's like one that's just like circling the globe and coming in out of dimensions or in and out of space?
I think in order to say that, I would have to really understand where Mothman comes from, and I don't think anyone really understands where Mothman comes from. I like the idea that he's an extraterrestrial, or he is a being that goes between dimensions. Like right now, he is not on Earth, whatever we are. He's in Earth 600, delving up their tragedies.
Do you think he is ahead of our time and then coming back to warn us? Like a time traveler, like coming back to like...
Maybe it's just all coincidence that he's there at the right time. And
the right moment, the right place.
And he's like, freaky Mothman.
Reading and watching these, like there's movies about Mothman. And I don't think, I love scary movies, and I don't think I'm brave enough to watch one at night by myself.
Really? Okay. Well,
and when you first
how I like movies. Brought up the topic of Mothman, that's really all I thought about was like a movie. Like I'm like, isn't there a movie on this? Like, isn't this like some made up Hollywood-ish? But I guess it's not.
No, it's like Bigfoot.
Right.
Barefoot.
All right. Yes. Anyways, volley. So, skeptics argue that the Mothman sightings are cases of mass hysteria. People are loco, where fear and rumors cause people to perceive ordinary events as extraordinary. The panic surrounding the Silver Bridge collapse may have amplified those perceptions. Then there's also the skeptic theory, the sandhill crane. A widely accepted explanation is that the Mothman sightings were actually misidentified sandhill cranes, which have wingspans of up to 10 feet and red markings around their eyes. This theory, however, doesn't account for the creature's speed or some of the more bizarre sightings.
If that bird could do what Mothman can do, don't you think we'd have a lot more sightings?
Well, I think that all plays back into that he's not here all the time, Molly. He's an interdimensional being, or he's an extraterrestrial. He's not on Earth 1 or whatever this is every single day. So, no. The answer is no.
But that's my point, is that if it was a sandhill crane, we would see Mothman more. Like there would be more sightings. And there would be in certain locations, because the sandhill crane is only like specific to certain areas, right? And so like those certain areas, we wouldn't see them all the way in Japan. Like they don't have sandhill cranes in Japan.
They don't?
And no, I don't think so. They're specific to certain regions.
Oh, so you're saying this cannot be a theory?
No, I'm saying it's not likely. And being that the years in between these occurrences and the locations of the occurrences, like it's very unlikely that it's mass hysteria all over the globe. Like I can understand like how they're saying like they saw them on rooftops and like after this news article came out and things like that in Point Pleasant, because you're gonna start acting like, oh my god, is it there? It's gonna freak you out. So that mass hysteria I understand, but like going from one continent to another continent where they don't even speak the same language,
right?
And it, like that's a little less mass hysteria to me,
right? And it definitely does. I do agree. It does not speak of sandhill crane. Like sandhill, I don't know where sandhill cranes are, but I think people can tell a bird from a freaking Mothman.
Well, and they're saying it's like a man with wings. Like you would notice the difference between like a little,
absolutely,
bird legs and a full grown man leg. Like, and you would
Absolutely.
notice a difference. Yeah, they have large wingspans, but their body is not 7 to 10 feet tall. Sorry.
Right. Yeah,
No, it's
that's
just
way
not.
bigger than a human. So it
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
make
just
any
not.
sense.
No. Beyond the main theories, a variety of lesser known and more mysterious rumors surround the Mothman legends. One of them is the government experiment. Some believe that the Mothman is a result of a secret military experiment gone wrong, possibly tied to the TNT area. The idea is that the government created the creature and has been covering it up ever since. Another is it's an alien scout or drone. This suggests that Mothman could be an alien scout or drone sent to monitor Earth. Sightings of UFOs around the same time as Mothman encounters support this idea. Some view the Mothman as a protector or guardian, not as a threat, but as a protector warning people of danger, such as in the Friedberg mining disaster, where the creature's appearance saved lives. Another theory, Native American curse. Mothman has also been linked to a Native American curse, specifically the one placed by Chief Cornstalk in the 1770s. Legend has it that Chief Cornstalk cursed this region, and the Mothman is believed by some to be a manifestation of this curse. Going back to the government idea, they say that men in black are part of this, covering it up. Several Mothman witnesses have reported visits from mysterious men in black who warned them not to speak about their encounters, fueling conspiracy theories about government involvement. This one kind of gets me. Occult rituals. Some speculate that Mothman could have been summoned through occult rituals or dark magic. There have been reports of strange activity in areas where the creature was sighted. And then psychic phenomena. Some say that it's psychic phenomena. Witnesses have reported experiencing strange phone calls, electrical malfunctions, and prophetic dreams after encountering the Mothman, hinting that the creature might possess paranormal abilities. To that one, I feel like, duh, like it's a freaking flying moth human thing.
Right. Yeah.
Like the occult rituals, Men in Black, I could see like the government being like, shh, don't talk about it anymore. Like if it really was a government cover up. Native American curse, I don't feel like this could be like something that the Native Americans. I mean, I guess
But
so,
I mean,
because
the curse was like in 1770, and then the first sighting is in 1900. Like, it took that many years to manifest the Mothman.
Well, that we know of. Like, you know, there could have been other sightings. It does make sense that certain areas like West Virginia, Ohio, you know, places like that do have curses on them from what we put the Native Americans through on their own, what was their own land.
Right.
So I definitely could see a curse, but I don't see the Mothman being the curse per se.
Right. Yep.
Again, your alien idea, being a scout or drone, but for what? Like, what are they scouting?
I mean, it wouldn't really make much sense either for that alien or drone to be scouting right before a natural disaster that's occurring in the world. Like,
so do you think it could be the protector or a guardian?
No.
You don't think a protector or guardian would be that scary looking? Because I
No,
don't.
I don't either. No, absolutely not. I think he is too scary to have like an angelic presence. Like, he's scary. So no, I don't think he is good. And it doesn't make sense. Like, he's not protecting anyone. Like, people see him and they all die. So no, he's not a
The
protector.
only time that people didn't die was in the Germany mining incident because they got out of the mine. But
oh, did they?
The tsunami, the
Chernobyl?
bridge, Chernobyl, like these are 1900 Galveston hurricane. Like, it's one of the biggest,
It is the
death
biggest.
toll.
It is the
it
biggest
still?
United States natural disaster. Yes.
Like,
absolutely.
he didn't help no one. Like, nobody left.
Exactly.
It's not like he sent
He's
down
not-
a smoke
he's-
signal or
He's not
like
a
picked him up.
protector. He's not a protector. He's probably, I don't want to say he's responsible for this stuff, but he probably knows what's going down, but he's not there to help anybody.
Do you think he's just like foreshadowing
Yeah.
bad events to come?
Yes.
And like the people in Germany in the mining accident were just lucky enough to be like running out and looking at this thing, and then
lucky. That is it. Yep.
But like, I mean, but again, like, that's a little bit different than a natural disaster. Back in the 1900s, how would they know or get away, from a hurricane that massive? Like, they are in
weathermen. Like,
I mean, weren't they in like
I really don't know. I can't answer your question. Whatever it's gonna be, I don't know.
Weren't they in wagons at this time?
Shit, dude. I don't know. I think the car was invented, but I've been to Galveston several times over the years. I love Galveston. My family and I always go to Galveston for Memorial Day weekend. But I can't answer your question. I've never heard about the Mothman being in any kind of lore in regards to the hurricane of 1900. And I've done ghost tours on Galveston Island, and this is the first time I've ever heard of it.
Well, next time you go to a ghost tour on Galveston.
Well, next time you're coming
with
Mothman.
Me.
Next
what
time
about
you're
the
Mothman?
With me.
And like, I want to go down for Mardi Gras, which is in like the end of February and March of 2025. Which I know we have our
cruise,
but I want to go down there for Mardi Gras, and maybe we'll discover if the Mothman was truly seen,
or maybe we'll just see some cranes with glowing red eyes.
There are cranes down there. I took some videos of cranes the last time I went, but they did not have glowing red eyes.
And okay, do they fly at night?
This was like the afternoon. I was at my little apartment that I rented, and I was on the balcony on the phone with you watching these like crane things do laps down
but like
the strip.
You don't really see too much bird activity in general at night. Like, you see bats and owls, but not
living my life.
I'm gonna have to pay attention.
Watching for Mothman.
I mean, but we've also lived in California. Like, I don't remember, like, you see cranes there. But you don't, okay. Oh, they're swallows. They're swallows. They're not cranes. Because they have the Swallows Day Parade.
Are little freaking tiny birds, man.
Oh, I thought they were the ones with the gully thing. I've been to the Swallows Day Parade as a child.
Those aren't swallows. Those are
seagulls.
Oh shit, they're not seagulls either.
Yes. In like Finding Nemo, mine. Those things. That's a seagull.
No.
Is it not? What is it?
I don't know
it's
what
a
they
seagull.
are, but they're not seagulls. No.
Okay, you guys let us know, because I swear it's a seagull.
All right, maybe I'm wrong. All right, back to our topic. Do you believe the Mothman is a cryptid, a supernatural being, or just a case of mass hysteria? Let us know what you think.
If you could witness any cryptid sighting firsthand, would you want it to be the Mothman or another legendary creature, and why?
What would you do if you saw a creature like Mothman? Would you chase it or run the other way?
Do you think the Mothman sightings before disasters are coincidences, or could there be a deeper connection? Share your thoughts.
Have you ever experienced anything paranormal or unexplained? We would absolutely love to hear your stories.
And as always, stay curious and be mysterious. Bye.
Bye.